A major problem in American thinking in the Middle East is the utter rejection to the notion that Palestinian rights are fundamental, if at all relevant, to the coveted peace and stability. Long before Donald Trump's first deal of the century was officially revealed, successive U.S. administrations attempted to so-called stabilize the Middle East, of course, always at the expense of Palestinians. Earlier plans or deals rested on the premise of total marginalization of the Palestinian people and their cause. They included the Roger Plan of 1969, Roger Plan II in the early 1970s, which culminated to the Camp David Accords later that same decade. When it all had failed to subdue Palestinians, Israel and the US began investing in alternative Palestinian leadership who would be willing to submit to the Israeli will, often in exchange for money and a minimal share of power. The outcome of all of these attempts was the Oslo Accords of 1993, which initially segmented Palestinians politically and yielded competing classes, but eventually also failing to defeat the Palestinian quest for freedom. Now, the ongoing Israeli war on Gaza and the genocide in the Strip, the destabilization of the whole region, and the ongoing Palestinian steadfastness and resistance are the final proof that there can never be real peace in the Middle East without justice for the Palestinian people and other victims of Israeli brutality. No number of future US Western deals and initiatives can ever alter this fact. The same inference applies to those operating at a less official capacity but still committed to the same pursuit of creative solutions to the so-called conflict. Such notions may suggest that the lack of solutions reflect the lack of imagination, resolve, or the dearth of legal text that makes a just end to the so-called conflict impossible. But a solution is readily available. Indeed, the solution to military occupation, apartheid, and genocide is ending military occupation, dismantling the racist apartheid regime, and holding Israeli war criminals accountable for their extermination of Palestinians. Not only do we have enough international and humanitarian laws and court orders to guide us through the process of holding Israelis accountable, but more than the needed critical mass of international consensus that should make this so-called solution possible. The main obstacle is the stubborn and unconditional US support of Israel, which allowed it to flout international law and international consensus for decades. With such clarity in mind, why then should Palestinians entertain or engage in any new deals, plans, and solutions that operate outside the realm of international law and standard? As far as we Palestinians are concerned, there can only be one acceptable deal, a deal that is predicated on the full implementation of international law, including the Palestinian people's right of return and right to self-determination. Continued US attempts at circumventing this fact will never, and I mean never, impede the Palestinian people from carrying on with their struggle for freedom. Thank you.